Alright, we're going to go ahead and do star algebra 1, TSI Alex 149b 92 to 121 0620. Now, let's do this right here. So, to do this right here, okay, so let's do this. Solve the inequality. So to solve this inequality, we're going to have to minus on both sides. So this is going to be negative 2x less than negative 8. Divide by negative, yes. And if you divide by a negative, what happens? If you divide by a negative, what do? You turn the alligator inequality sign around. You can read that. Divide by a negative, turn the alligator around. And it stays that way. So, x is greater than 4, from 4 to that, not including the 4, from 4 to infinity. State the domain and range and determine whether the relation is a function. So, domain is all the first numbers. 6, that one, and that one, and that one. There's 6, negative 9, 6, and 6. So 6, negative 9, 8. Range, second numbers in the order of pairs. 5, 9, and 12. That's it. 5, 9, 12. There they are. It's not a function because 6 goes to 5. Also, 6 goes to 12. So at 6, you can go to 5. 6 also goes to what? 12. It goes to two different numbers. So the first number goes to two different numbers. No, it's not a function. Alright, state the domain and range and determine whether the relation is a function. Alright, domain is all the first numbers. It's negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, and 2. Range is all the second numbers. 4, 1, 0, 1. So we have 4, 1, 0. Now, yes, this is a function because negative 5 goes to 4, that's it. Negative 4 goes to 1, that's it. Negative 3 goes to 0, that's it. Negative 2 goes to 1, that's it. Negative 2 only goes there. Negative 3 only goes there. 4 only goes there, and negative 5 only goes there. So yes, this is a function. 95. F of x is this formula. F of 0. Put a 0 for the x's. So 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times that is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. So f of 0 is negative 3, or 0 and 3. 0 and what? Fix this. Negative 3. There we go. Now it's good. Alright, this one. F of 4. 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. That's 48. That's 8. So that's 56 minus 3 is 53. So 4, 53, or f of 4 is 53, or 4, 53 the point. F of negative 4. So put negative 4 in there for the x's. Negative 4 is 16. That's 48 minus 8. And 40 minus 3 is 37. Or negative 4 comma what? 37. F of negative 4 is that, or negative 4, 37. F of negative x. You put an x, negative x for all the x's. Negative x squared is negative, negative is positive. 3x squared plus, that's negative 2x, and then minus 3. So f of negative x is 3x squared minus 2x minus 3. Find negative of f of x. So here's the original one. Negative of f of x, or negative of this. So negative changes all these signs. So it's going to be negative of x equals negative 3x squared, negative 2x, and negative 3. Find f of x plus 3. So wherever the x's are, you're going to put x plus 3, x plus 3. X plus 3 times x plus 3. X times x squared. That's 3x. That's 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. That's x squared plus 6x plus 9. 3 times that is 3x squared. 3 times that is 18. 27. And then 2 times that is 2x. 2 times that is 6. And then bring the 3 down. 3x squared, that's it. 18, and that is 20. And that, and that is 3. So, is that it? Yep. Though that seems not good. Let me do it again. 3x squared, 18x, and that's 20x, and 27. Let me do it on my calculator here. That doesn't look. Let's see. 27. Let's see. 27 plus 6. 27 plus 6 minus 3 is a 30. Hey, something's missing here. There we go. Now it looks good. Is that right? 30. All right, next one. So we have f of 4x. So that means that you're going to have to put in 4x there. 4 times that, 16x squared times this, 48x squared. That times 8x minus 3. That's it, I guess. 48x squared plus 8x plus minus 3. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. This one, f of x plus h. X plus h squared means two of those. X times that is x squared. 1xh, and h squared. 3 times that is 3x squared. 3 times that is 6x. That times that is, again, x times that x squared. 1xh, h squared. And x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. 3 times that, 3 times that, 3 times that, and 2 times that is 2x. And 2 times that is 2h, and then 3, so that's it. We can't do anything. Can't simplify anymore. Find f plus g of x. There's f and g. F plus g means add them together. 4x plus 5 plus this one. So that's going to be 6x, and that's going to be negative 4. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. Find f minus g of x. So this one minus this. This one minus that. So to copy it, change the sign. So that's going to be 2x, and it's going to be 14. Domain is going to be what? Negative infinity to infinity. F times g of x. Multiply 4x plus 5, 2x minus 9. That turns out is 8x squared. That turns out is minus 36. That turns out is 10x. Yep. And that turns out is minus 45. So 8x squared minus 26x minus 45. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. Find f over g of x. F of x over g of x. This one over this one. So, and it'll be undefined if this bottom part equals 0. So set to equal to 0. Add 9, divide by 2, so x is not equal to 9/2 because it'll give you 0 in the denominator. So the domain is what? Any number you want, but just x is not equal to what? 9/2. So now, I know that f plus g of x is this. So f plus g of x is that, so f plus g of 4 means put a 4 in there. F plus g of 4 means that times that's 24 minus that, so f plus g of 4 is 20. F minus g of x is this, so f minus g of 3, put it in there, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 and 14 is 20. I know that f times g of x is this, so f times g of 2, put a 2 there, put a 2 there, 2 times 2 is that. That times that's 32, that times that's 52, 45, this and this would be negative 20 and negative 45. Negative 20 and negative 45 is negative 65. F over g of x is this, of 1, put a 1 there, put a 1 there, 4 times 1 is 4 and 5, 9 over negative 7, or 9 over 7 negative. So f over g of 1 is negative 9/7. Okay, determine whether the graph on the right is that of a function. So if you go vertical lines like this, you're going to hit this graph one time. So yes, it's a graph, it's a function. Second thing is you can see that it's going to go this way, it's going to have a vertical asymptote right here. It's going to keep going. So vertical asymptote of x equals 0. Also, you have the 5 and 5 is the point right there. It's open. This is open, and there's an intercept right there. So domain is left and right. So we know it's not going to go to 0. It's not going to get there. So from 0 to 5, 0 to 5 right there. That's the graph domain. And the range goes from negative infinity, way down here, keep going all the way up to where to get to 5. So domain, right here, in the range, and then you can think of it this way if you want, maybe. It's trapped in here somewhere. Okay, trapped between this one and this one. So now, domain from 0 to 5, left and right. The range from the bottom, the infinity to 5, not including 5, and the x-intercept is right there, 1, 0. And the vertical asymptote is right there, x equals 0. Determine whether the graph is that of a function by using vertical line test. So vertical lines all the way across, it only hits the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, it's a function. Domain, how far to the left and right does it go? Well, it just negative infinity to infinity, it doesn't stop. Range, from the bottom, from negative infinity, goes all the way to right there to 4. So the range goes from negative infinity, so domain, negative infinity to infinity. Range goes from where? From negative infinity right there to 4. And these are increments of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, so on. 4, 8, so on. This one's 4. So now, x-intercept. So negative 8, 4, 8, right there, negative 8, 0. 4, 8, 8, 0, x-intercept. Y-intercept is going to be at 0, 4, 0 of 4 right there. 0, 4 is that right there. And is it symmetric with respect to the y-axis? Yeah, see right there? Half here, right there, the y-axis. Alright, next one. Find the intercepts, domain, range, intervals increasing, decreasing, if it's a constant, and interval, determine if it's even, odd, or neither. Alright. Big old W thing, like your favorite hamburger place where double meat, double cheese, double bacon with diet tea, you know? I mean, no sugar, sweet and low or something. Anyway, x-intercepts. Negative 2, 0, 1, 0. There they are. And y-intercept is at 0 and up 1. Increasing from negative 2 to 0. And from 1 to 3. So it's increasing. Decreasing from negative 3 to 2, right there. And from 0 to 1, decreasing. Decreasing is increasing. Decreasing, increasing. So now, it's not either, no, it's neither even or odd. And it's not constant, so it's decreasing, increasing, nope. So, x-intercepts, negative 2, 0, 1, 0. Y-intercept, 0, 1. Increasing there, decreasing there. Neither even or odd or even, and not constant in any interval. And yes, it's a function. And yes, it's your favorite place for, well, I mean, the best time to hear is go on Saturday night at 2:34 a.m. It's the best time to go get a hamburger there, you know? Does that make sense? I think so. Alright, graph. F of x equals absolute value of this thing. Find the area of the region bounded by the x-axis that lies below that x-axis. Alright. So, to graph this thing, let's just use a calculator. So, Windows, that looks okay. Y, absolute value of x minus 4. So, math number, abs, you're going to put x minus 4, get out of there, and then big minus sign 2. So x minus 4, big minus sign, graph it. There he goes. It's like a V looking thing here. There it is, like that. Do a trace if you want to get some points, like 0 and 2. There's a spot. Keep going if you want to get more spots right there. There's another one right there, and there's another one right there. And anyway, got it. So now, here's a graph, absolute value function. Some points from it, 0, 2, 2, 0, 4, negative 2, and 6 and 0. So now, what's the area in here? So let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here to here is 4. So that's the base of the triangle. The height from here to here is 1, 2. So 4 and 2. So the base is 4. The height is what? 2. Area of a triangle, this right here. 1/2 base height. The base is 4. The height is that. So that's just 8. 8 over 2 is divided by that. It's going to be, so the area is going to be what? 4 right here. Solve this. At 1100, you have this. Plus 25x, plus 25x. And I know these guys are gone out of here. And so now we have 65x equals that. Divide by 65, divide by 65. So x is 40. F of x equals x squared minus 9. Put a negative 4, put a negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. So you have that one. Or you can also do negative 4 is 7. You can write it as a point if you want. Graph. G of x equals 5. That's it. So it's always 5, 5. So you can put 0 and 5, 1 and 5. Those are possible. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. And range is just 5. That's it. So 0, 5, 1, 5. It's a horizontal line. And what can you say? And domain is negative infinity to infinity. And the range is what? 5 and 5. That's it. Or another way you write it, if you want to, you can also write it like this. G of x equals 0x plus 5. And you can see that the slope is going to be 0. And the y-intercept is going to be 5 from here. 0x and y equals mx plus b form, slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, if you want to. Alright, got that one done. Find the zero of the linear function. So 0 means set that equal to 0. Set. Find the x-intercept, which is 0. Let y equal 0. So 0 equals this. At 9, 9 divide by 9, divide by 9, so x equals 1. So 1, 0 is a 0 of that guy. Let's find another point. 0, 0. 0 that, 0 minus 9, negative 9. So we have 0 and negative 9. We have 1, 0 right there. So we have 1, 0, 0, negative 9. There's the graph right there. And we found the 0 of it. Find the 0 of the linear function. Again, find the x-intercept, means or 0. Let y equals 0. So 0 equals this. Minus 9 minus 9. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x equals 3 or 3, 0. That's 1 point. Let's find another one. Put a 0 in there. 0 times that is 0. 9 is 9. So we have 0 and 9. And we also have 3 and 0. And the question, yeah, you could do it in the calculator, sure. Alright, let's put it in the calculator. So Windows, let's see, that's fine. Y equals negative 3x plus 9. So negative 3x plus 9. Does that work? Let's hit it. There's the graph. And you can do a trace, get some points in there. Like 0 and 9. 0 and 9 right there. And other points if you want to. Trace it, go down like that. You get another point there, maybe like 3, 0, close to it. Okay. Solve this. X minus 2, that times that is 0, so 0 times 0 is 0, so this one's 0 or that one's 0. So that one, add 2, so x is 2. This one, minus 7, divided by 5, so it's 2 and negative 7 or 5. Find the zeros. That means find the x-intercept 0, let y equals 0, so 0 equals this. Factor out the x times that, so x is 0, x minus 7 equals, that one's done. So add 7, so 0 and 7, or the points are 0, 0 and 7, 0. Find the zeros. Find the x-intercept, let y equals 0 or zeros. So difference of squares, a squared minus b squared, so that's going to be x squared minus 11 squared. X plus 11, x minus 11. So from there, we're going to get x plus 11 is this, x minus 11 is that. So we get x is negative 11, or x is what? Plus 11. So we have negative 11 and 0, 11 and 0. Those are the 2 points, the intercepts, or the zeros right there of that. Find the zeros. So again, we're going to find the x-intercept, let y equals 0, that's the zeros. 0 equals this, factor it out, 3 and 4. The possible answers, we're going to try 3, 4. That times that negative 12, and that minus that is negative 1, and this times this is x squared, yes. X plus 3 equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0, minus 3, so x is minus 3. Add 4, so x is what? 4. So minus 3 and 4, or the points negative 3, 0, and 4, 0. Those are the intercepts, the zeros. Find the zeros. Find the x-intercept, let y equals 0, same thing. 0 equals this, y equals that. So 2x, that's our guess. That times that is 2x squared. That times that is negative 2. 4 minus 1 is negative 3. So negative 4 and 1, yep. So this is equal to 0. Minus 1, divide by 2, negative half. Add 2, so x equals 2. So we have this answers, or we have negative 1/2, 0, and 2, 0. These numbers or these numbers. Alright, so now we have find the zeros. Find the x-intercept, let y equals 0. So all this, 0 equals this. Multiply it out. X times that, x squared times that's 12x plus 35. Now we can factor this out because 35, let's see, it could be 35 times 1, 7 times 5. These are the possible ways to do this. We're going to go with 5 and 7. That looks like it. So now, 5 times 7 is 35, 7 and 5 is 12. Yep, x plus 5 is 0, x plus 7 is 0, so this is going to give you minus 5 minus 5, these are gone. So we have negative 5, and we have minus 7 minus plus 7 minus 7, so x equals negative 7, so negative 5 is 0, negative 7 is 0, so the x-intercept are these guys, or the zeros are these guys, or there's the intercept right there. Find the zeros, set that equal to 0, x-intercept y equals 0, 0 equals this. So now what we're going to do is add 4 to both sides, so we have 4 equals this, square root of this, both sides. So we have plus or minus 2. So where x minus 4 equals negative 2, or x minus 4 equals plus 2. Add 4, so x equals 2. And add 4, so x equals 6. So we have 2, and we have 6. Or 2, 0, 6, 0 are the zeros of that. Find the zeros of this. Find the x-intercept, that y equals 0, 0 equals this. And let's use the quadratic formula. A, B, C, coefficients. Put them in the formula. There's a formula, quadratic formula. Let me write that down for you. Quadratic formula. This one right here. So now, put the numbers in there. Put negative 6, 6, 6. That's going to be negative 6. Negative 6 times 6, 36. That times that is 16. That's going to be 20. Now 20, go back over here. We need to fix this. Is 4 times 5 20? Yeah, in fact, let's do it this way. Let's see. Let's do prime numbers. Prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, so on. So let's start with this. Does 2 divide 20? Yeah, it goes 10. Does 2 divide 10? Yes, 5. Does 5 divide 5? Yeah. So we have 2. 2 times 2 is 4 times 5. So this, we rewrite it from this right here. 4 times 5 is 20, and square root of 4 is square root of 5. So now, can we take the square root of 4? Yes, 2, and 5, leave it alone. So we have negative 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 5 over 8. Take out factor of the 2 on top. 2 times that is this, 2 times that is that. So now the 2's cancel. So we have negative 3 plus or minus 1 square root of 5. Negative 3 plus or minus square root of 5 over 4. Negative 3 plus or minus 5 square root of 5 over 4. So now we have negative 3 plus square root of 5 over 4. Or negative 3 minus square root of 5 over 4. So there they are right there. That zeros. Find the real zeros of this thing. Alright, so let's find x-intercept, that y equals 0. Set it equal like this. 0 equals that. So we have, does that work? Let's see. That times that is negative 9. That times that is 12. 10x squared. And then this would be 15 minus 6. 15 minus 6 is 9, yes. And we use these numbers right here. The possible numbers, we ended up trying these numbers, and we ended up trying these numbers right here. 5s and the 3s. Alright, so now, 5x minus 3 equals 0. 2x plus 3 equals 0. So add 3, 5 divided by 5, 3 fifths. Minus 3, so 2x minus 3 divided by 2, so 3 fifths, negative 3 halves, or x-intercepts are 3, 5, 0, 3 halves, and 0. Find the real solutions, zeros of this thing. Set that equal to 0. So the numbers are possible. We're going to use 4, 5, 2, 5. So that times that is 20x squared. That times that is negative 10. This would be 25 negative, and this would be 8. So negative 25 and positive 8, negative 17, yes. So these match. So that equals 0, that equals 0. Minus 2 minus 2, so 5 equals this. Divide by 5, that equals negative 2 fifths. Add 5, divide by 4, so 5 fourths. So negative 2 fifths, 5 fourths, or the points are negative 2, 5, 0, 5 fourths, and 0. Graph this. So some points. Let's put in a calculator. That's the easiest way. Let's just do that. So get our calculator out, and let's just graph this thing. All right, Windows, that's fine. So we have x plus 1, x plus 1 squared minus 7. Hit graph. There it goes. So it looks like this. Do a trace if you want to. It says 0, negative 6 is a spot. Yep. And there's other spots there. You can just go left, go right. You can get other points in there. Okay, so now there's a graph. So here's some points that we got from the graph machine. So domain, negative infinity, infinity, left and right. Range, it goes at -1 to -7. So the range is from the bottom. It goes from -7 that way. So from -7 to infinity, negative infinity to infinity, and then from -7 that way is the range. Axis symmetry is right there. X equals -1 right there. And it's a minimum point. So it's a vertex and it's -1 and -7. Another graph, you just put it in the calculator. We don't want to work with the long way. Alright. So Windows, that's fine. Y, we have -x² and minus 2x and hit graph. So there's a graph, looks like that. Do a trace if you want. Oops, do a trace. It says 0 and 0 is a spot, yep. And then you can keep going that way, find some more spots in there, like -1, 1, looks like that. To the left, and so on. -2, 2, -2, and 0. Anyway, there's a graph, points in it. So domain, negative infinity, left and right. Range, it goes from negative infinity, stops right there. So negative infinity bound right there. Negative infinity to 1, stops right there. Axis symmetry is x equals -1 right there. And this is the max because it's right there. So max is -1 and 1. Graph this. Same thing. Just put it in a calculator. Okay. So let's do Windows first. That's okay. Y is going to be x². So x² plus 2x minus 3. Hit graph. There it is. Hit trace. 0, -3. Yep, there's some points right there. There's another right there. 1, 0. Yep. So anyway, there's points right there you can look at if you want. And -1 and 4. -4. Okay. So the domain, negative infinity, left and right. Range goes from where? Right there. From -4 up. So from -4 to infinity. Domain, range, and axis symmetry is right there, -1. And it's a vertex right there, and it's a min at -1 and -4. Another graph. Okay, let's put it in the machine, of course. Alright, let's look at the windows first. -10, that's fine. X² minus 6x. So x² minus 6x plus 9. Hit graph. There it is right there on the right side. Do a trace. So it says 0 and 9. That's a spot. And it says, it's close to 3. Let's see. 3 and 0. Yeah, right there. Anyway, got it? So we have the graph, points. So negative infinity, domain, range goes from right there, 0 up, 0 to infinity, bottom top. Axis symmetry is right there, 3, and vertex is 3, 0 right there. So this is the min, and domain negative infinity, range from 0 to infinity. Axis symmetry is right there, x equals 3. Vertex is 3, 0. X-intercept, y-intercept. Determine our graphing. Alright. Well, this is a max or min. Alright. This number is positive. That means this graph's going to be open up like this. So it's going to be open up. That means you have a min. So when you do the vertex, this is going to be a min. So negative b over 2a, abc. Put the numbers in there. 16 over that. So you have 2 and f of 2. F of 2 means 2 back here, 2 back there. And this formula right here. In case you don't know where it is, right there. So if you put those numbers in there, which formula? Right here. This formula right here. Let me highlight that a little bit. There we go. That's good enough. So in there, we're going to put in these numbers. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is this, and that one. So you have 16 minus 32, negative 16. So 2 and 8 is 16. That's the vertex or the min. And the min is going to be negative 16 for this. So this graph opens up. The lowest point is what? Negative 16. The next one, it says, determine without graphing whether the quadratic function has a maximum or a minimum value. Find it. All right, first of all, since this is let's circle a graph right here, and let's highlight it again. Not too carefully, just you know where it is. There it is, right there where that yellow stuff is. And it's going to be a negative, so that means it's going to go upside down like this, opens down, and that's a max. So that means that the max is going to be wherever the vertex is. So this is a bunch of max, 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 max. They're always max right here. All right, so now put the numbers in there. Coefficients are A, B, C. Put them in there. That's going to be 4 f of 4. How do you find f of 4? Put it back in here. 3 times 4 squared. 4 times 4 times this. 4 times that. Then that's 48 minus 5. So the answer is going to be 4 and 43. This is the what? Max. It's a graph going like this. And the max is going to be at 4. You're going to go what? 43. That's it for now. Thanks.